Okay, I am reading from Romans chapter 8, verse 18, and it is a very popular verse. And I'm on my laptop, so here we go. And this is the New International Version. It reads, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. And I'm going to, for just the sake of getting the verse and really letting it sink, I'm going to also read the King James Version. So this is Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And for me, that means that the hardships and the trials and the tribulations that you go through, they do not compare to your future. So it means that what you're going through does not stop you from growing. It does not stop you from changing. It does not stop you from the good days. So don't give up. Just because you go outside and you see someone every day and they have a smile on their face and they look happy all of the time, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're living their best days. And that's what long suffering is. Sometimes it's a difference between going through issues and trials and tribulations or problems, and it's for a week or a day, maybe a month. But it's a difference with going through that and you've been in hardships for years. And it's not just one thing. It's not just, oh my God, I'm having financial issues. It's just problems happening every avenue in every which way. It's not stopping. It's just constantly coming on to you. You're having family problems. You're having financial problems. You're on the verge of homelessness. It's just something happening every day. You lost your job. You having relationship problems or marital problems. You're dealing with grief. You're dealing with mental health issues. And it's something happening every day. And it's hard. It's hard to believe. It's hard to let religion or spirituality come into play when it's constant just hardships. You start to question, God, where are you? Trust me, I've been there. And that's what long suffering is. When your days in your hardships turn to weeks, your weeks turn into months, your months turn into a year, your year turns into years. And for me, it's I'll start looking to my left and to my right. And then people who didn't, sometimes I feel some type of way because I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Sometimes I do get a little bit egotistical because I'm just okay, I've been working hard, but this person is barely working and they're getting further. And I'm only human. I think a lot of people feel that way. It's a natural reaction. You do look over at your neighbor sometimes. And when you're in a holding cell and you're waiting for God to bless you and you're waiting for that blessing, it can get so discouraging. I think the hardest trial and tribulation of life is long suffering and being patient, because it's almost like you're questioning, what is it that you want me to do? You're questioning the Lord. What do you want me to do in this waiting season? What am I supposed to be doing? And it can get so discouraging, especially when it comes to your mental health. And if you already have mental health problems, it can send you over. Extended times of stress and waiting can really almost get you to a point. I don't care what clinically mental illness that you have. It can get you to a point where you have a nervous breakdown or you're on the verge of a mental breakdown. And you want to know why that's happening? Because you're consistently focusing on what you don't have. So I tell myself that I have to focus on what I do have. And I promise you, just write down on a piece of paper, what do I want but not have? And then write on a piece of paper, what do I currently have? So write on a piece of paper, what do I want but do not have? And then what do I already have? So it can put things into perspective. Because when you put in the column, what do I already have, you're going to see that your needs are met. I'm telling you, sometimes you have to physically see your blessings. Even if you don't have what you want, sometimes you're not going to get what you want because the good Lord can see further than you can. Sometimes that job that you want, he knows that it's going to be toxic. Sometimes that man or woman that you want, he knows that it's going to end in a divorce. So he's like, you know what? Let me not even allow them to get connected to this person. And it's all working for your good. I know you don't see it, but there have been times that I've been in storms and I didn't see it until I came out of it. And the storms that I didn't see when I came out of it, I noticed that it was character building. I was able to really become a better person. And one thing with long suffering, it does make you uncomfortable. And I recently told someone was talking to me and they were talking to me about a possible promotion with a company. And they really needed the promotion. But they told me, I need this promotion, but I like where I'm at. It's not all that I want it to be. It's not really what I thought that I saw myself doing, but I like it. It's something that I do every day. I'm used to it. That's called operating in comfort. And that's called operating in your comfort zone. And he was like, but this other job, it's a promotion. It pays more money, but I'm uncomfortable. I don't feel right going to that job. So that's why I'm going to stay in this one. And I said, do you know that discomfort equals success? Who have you ever seen who was uncomfortable that wasn't successful? Think about it. Everyone who has high success, they had to go to some places that they have never been. They had to do things that they've never done, and it was uncomfortable. You will never find, especially major success and growth and climbing to a higher level, it's never going to be in comfort. And I tell people that all of the time. And this person thought about it like, I said, think about it. Think about the path of people who are actually successful. It was never comfortable. It was never comfortable. Even Steve Harvey said he quit his job. I love Steve Harvey. I love his story. He was working at a job, making money every day, the same check. But he knew in his heart he wanted more. And I remember him saying he quit. He ended up being homeless. And I'm sure it was times where he just felt horrible. He felt like he was in a dark place. He probably even questioned his decision making. And long story short, he ended up becoming a comedian and one of the greatest comedians alive. He's an author. He's a talk show host. He's a game show host. And I bet he never would have thought all of those things would have happened just from being a comedian. And sometimes you just have to jump and you have to take that step with whatever is uncomfortable for you. You have to face your fears. That's the only way that you're going to get to success. I'm telling you, success is never in comfort. Success is never average. It's never with everyone else doing the same thing. And if you know that in your heart, year after year, God is calling you to do something more, maybe start a business, maybe apply to be a manager or a supervisor or a director, whatever the case may be. And you're like, no, I don't think I want that big title. I don't think I want all of those responsibilities. Or I would have to oversee this. I would have to do presentations. I would have to talk in front of people. You would be surprised how many people have social anxiety. And don't let those fears keep you from being successful. You have to face those fears. You have to get out there and just do it. It's a lot of people who were fearful, but they did it. And the more you just go out and you do things and get your mind just adjusted to doing it, even while your heart is beating fast and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do this anyway. I'm not going to let this stop me. And I'm telling you, it's a good feeling when you finally face your fears. And you don't know where it will lead you. You just have to find the courage and the strength to go after your goals. And you have to be consistent. You can't give 100% one day and then another day give 70%. Or give 100% one day and then another day you're like, I'm not going to do that. Stay consistent. Remain consistent. Do not give up. And continue to follow the journey. Even in your long suffering, sometimes you have to speak to yourself. You have to encourage yourself. A lot of times people are not going to pick up when you call, and don't take it personal. They have their own issues. Everyone is going through something. I guarantee you. So sometimes you have to learn how to pick yourself up. You have to learn how to be your own friend. You have to see the vision even before it comes. And again, I've said this in previous videos. No one should be a bigger fan of yourself than yourself. You should be rooting for yourself before anyone roots for you. Don't look for friends and family to cheer you on. Don't look for friends and family to boost you up. They're not always going to be there. Sometimes you're going to have to pick yourself up in your darkest hour, even with wanting to be successful. Even if you do fail or you fail, just remember, some of the greatest people who are successful right now had lots of failures. They had lots of redirections. They had lots of no's. They had lots of closed doors. But that's not for you to be like, you know what, this isn't for me. If it's weighing on your heart and your spirit and you're tossing and turning, you can't even sleep. That's what you're supposed to do. So do it. No matter how long it takes, no matter what you deal with, I'm telling you, when you get to the other side and you get to success, you're going to be crying like, this finally happened for me. And I'm grateful. And just don't give up, y'all. And don't be discouraged with long suffering. And sometimes long suffering, no matter how you see it, I don't care how religious and how positive you are, it can come with depression. Sometimes you will feel sad. But even through those tears, wipe those tears. Even when you feel sad, wipe those tears and pick yourself up and still keep going and say, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to give up. That's all a part of being resilient. That's all a part of perseverance. And that's how you gain success. That's how you grow. Some of your hardest times, I'm telling you, the end result is growth. The end result is success and you achieving your goals. And there is nothing more rewarding than knowing that you made it through and you got to the finish line and you achieved a goal that you've been wanting for so long. Don't stop, guys. Don't block out the negativity, mute distractions, and just focus. Most of all, do not stop the journey. Don't get discouraged. And just know everyone is going through something. There is nobody here on earth who is problem free. You're going to get through it. Just keep encouraging yourself and know that better days are coming. And stay and remain consistent. Use the same formula every day to achieve those goals. Remain consistent. Do not give up. Do not. And the most perfect example of that is Miss Beyonce. I went on the Renaissance tour, and when Miss Beyonce came out and she worked on her birthday, I said, oh, honey, no one has excuses. That lady worked on her birthday. That's why she has the amount of success she has. And to be honest with you, it's different when you love something, when you actually wake up and you love, and that's the feeling that I want. That's the feeling I'm striving for. When you actually wake up and you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. And I know for a fact she was born to sing. She was born to perform. That is her thing. And it didn't feel like work. That was her birthday present. I think it brings her so much joy. So I think we all should be striving for that. And that's pretty much it. Don't give up, guys. Better days are coming. Long suffering is okay. And it's not going to bring you down. It'll only bring you down if you let it. Like I said, even on those sad days where you're like, I'm just not understanding how this is all coming together, wipe those tears, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to make it. And that's why I have Post-it notes. I've started putting positive affirmations of Post-it notes on my mirror. Sometimes you have to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I can do this. I don't care how it looks. It does not compare to what is coming. It does not compare to my future. Right now is temporary. You don't know what is in store for you. So have faith. God bless. Bye-bye.